Hello, and thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Mike Tellerino. I'm going to be your host tonight. I've got a really great organization here tonight with me. It's based out of the Post 13, American Legion Post. Chris, I'm going to start out with you a little bit first, if you don't mind. Tell us a little bit about how this all came about.
Well, we're the American Regional Riders out of Plainfield Post 13. The Legion Riders were established out of the American Legion for any like-minded individuals that enjoy the thrills of being out on a bike. To be a member, you either have to be a veteran, the son of a veteran, or or grandson of a veteran, or auxiliary member. And what we do is we do fundraising, and the fundraising we bring that money goes back into our community for veterans or anybody in the community. Like when we were, for instance, we donated money down to the Dark Horse Foundation. We donated money to the Forgotten Warrior Memorial in Shanahan, Illinois.
Right.
And we support anybody within the town that needs things, for anywhere from helping a kid out to raise their funds for their travel baseball team so they can travel because maybe mom and dad can't
Right.
do all that. Eagle Scout. We one of the great things we did was we had an Eagle Scout. Her name was Haley, a great kid, and she came to us with she was doing her Eagle Scout, her project for her Eagle Scout, and she wanted to build a commissary for the Midwest Veterans Homeless Shelter for women. There were a couple women that live in the house, and so she wanted to build a commissary and fill it with personal products for women. And she came to us with the plans and everything, looking to just looking for a donation of anything. But she had the exact cost of what everything was going to be, and we covered her whole expense for her. And then we went out there and on her dedication day. So that was a great thing to be part of, to be part of that. So and a lot of these fundraisers, what we do is we have a Texas Hold'em tournament once a month. And the proceeds go to our donations where we put money out. We run bike nights the second and fourth Wednesday of every month at our Legion. And we do fundraising in 50-50, and that money goes back to whoever we're sponsoring.
That's awesome. It really is.
this
I was at the last bike night you had a week ago Wednesday. We can go tomorrow Wednesday, and I could not believe the turnout you had. It was huge.
Yeah,
You know?
that was our first one. That was our first one for 2024.
And it was huge. I mean, I didn't expect that many bikes there that night.
No, we weren't either. I think we ended up with about 140 people there and about 87 bikes.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like, wow, this is, really awesome. You were talking earlier about an upcoming event that you have that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so we got our Texas Hold'em tournament coming this Saturday, but our next bike event is going to be for the Marine Corps Junior Reserve Junior ROTC out of Romeoville High School. Romeoville High School, I believe, is the only ROTC in the Will County area. And there's a retired master gunnery sergeant that runs this program. And what they do, they go out, they travel, they do drills, and a lot of that's they have to buy the uniforms and cover their travel, their room and board. So what we do is we're going to do our next bike night. All the proceeds are going to go to the Romeoville MC Junior ROTC.
That's amazing what you guys do to help other organizations out. I mean, it really, really is. In fact, you were recently out at the Forgotten Warrior Memorial, and I think you were taken back a little bit by the memorial. And we're going to be adding a plaque at the memorial for the riders. Correct?
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's looking forward to getting that in there. Chris, you need to get me the wording.
I thought I did.
Did you? I'll have to look. It could be absolutely my fault. I'll need to because I really want to get that ordered and stuff like that. So I guess does it cost anything to be a member? Can
We have a so again, you either have to be a Legionnaire, a son of a son of the I'm sorry, Sons of the Legion or auxiliary member, but it's $25 a year.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
nothing.
it's
Derek, what do you think about all this?
Man, I love being a Legion rider, also being part of the American Legion. I've been a Legion member for a couple of years, but actually Chris approached me last July and asked me, "Hey, do you ride a motorcycle?" I said, "Absolutely." And the biggest thing for me is I served 9 years, and I wasn't in like deep in the combat zones, and all the people I've met from our Legion, we got a lot of Purple Heart veterans. Just be able to support them, help them, and also on top of that, we do a lot of rides for unclaimed veterans that have passed away that maybe family members don't know they've passed or they just don't have any family anymore. So we've done some awesome rides where we actually escorted them. The local police and the state police were excellent on getting us there from not only from the funeral home but also to Abraham Lincoln Cemetery. So be able to give back to veterans that have served our country is a big reward for me. So I really love doing what I do, and I look forward to being here for a long time. So I think if you were a veteran, I would suggest you look into your local American Legion. If you ride a motorcycle, I suggest to help out charities. We are a motorcycle charity, so as Chris had mentioned, we've already done a bunch of stuff this year, and we have a ton of other stuff coming. But on top of that, be able to meet veterans, people that have been in the same shoes that we have all been in, reading supporters such as the Sons and Women's Auxiliary. They're there to
Right.
support the community and also the veterans. I really suggest if you're a vet, check it out.
That's amazing. Just right. I love when I get a call that they're escorting a body from, say, the funeral home to the cemetery. How a lot of these veteran organizations, including the American Legion, jump in and escort that body to help honor that family, to let them know that people do care. I think it's really amazing that you guys do that for the families. Um, David, you're the quiet one. What's going on?
I'm just listening. But I agree. I agree with everything mentioned. I think what drew me into the Legion and then even deeper into the Riders was the community. Veterans understand veterans in a different manner, and people who grew up in military homes or military families, they just we seem to connect at a deeper level, and we all enjoy doing the same things, whether it be escorting somebody or just doing a fundraiser ride or a charity ride.
Well, we could either be out there enjoying the day, or we could out there be and enjoying a ride for a great cause
And that's the
to
beauty
help
of it. I mean,
somebody.
if you
You
ride
know,
motorcycles, you're out there. You're going to be out there regardless. So
right?
for it to carry a purpose behind it.
So why not ride for a cause? I think that's great. You know, the post itself, great post, great people. People are warm, friendly. They make you feel welcome there. The post is immaculate. They have a lot of good events going on at the post. They got a great party room. They got that room behind the post that they rent out as well. So there's, just really a great post. It really is. I stopped in there today, and it's just like I said, it's got a friendly atmosphere and stuff like that. Um, are you guys looking to increase the number of members in the writers?
We always are.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. When I came into the Riders, I think there was maybe 5 or 6, and just over the year, we've in about a
How
year
many?
and a half, we've
How
gotten up
many do
to
we have now?
40.
40.
Yeah, 40, about 37 active.
Wow. Well, I'm glad to be included in the active.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Mike. Welcome aboard.
I'm thrilled to death. I'm looking forward to my first ride with the team. And it's going to be really amazing. Tell me some more about what your future plans are.
I'm at this point just to keep growing it. We we're proud of what we do. Our office, our board or our officers, myself, Derek, DJ, Karen. I mean, we're full transparency, and we keep everything out in the open, and we just want to keep growing it and be able to give back to people that really need things. One of the other things we do is we give scholarships away every year too,
Right.
to high schools. I believe this year, to Plainfield high schools, I should say, to Plainfield high schools. We give. We're going to give about three scholarships away in May for graduates that are going on to school, and then we also do scholarships within our posts for members. So if you're a member, whether you be a Legionnaire, a son, or auxiliary, your son, it's family only. So your son, daughter, grandchildren, they can apply for these scholarships, and if they qualify with their grade point average and the essay that they write, we are more than happy to donate that money. But we need to keep growing it so we keep earning money so we can give it back, because it's,
Right.
It might come in on a Saturday, but by the following Wednesday or 2 weeks down the road, it's off to another. It leaves to go to who needs it. Whether again it's sponsoring a kid for baseball travel, or a veteran needing something.
Right.
The Romeoville Junior ROTC. We're also going to be doing for Allen Force, which is a local organization in Plainfield here.
Another great organization. They truly are. Allen Force is great.
Yep. And we're going to do some work with Canine for Veterans.
Yeah, we got a bike run coming. I just put up the logo for the riders.
Right. Okay.
I think that's so sharp.
That's a nationwide thing, yeah, obviously, but yeah, it's a great
What?
logo.
What, hon?
I said it's nationwide, but yeah, it's a great emblem.
It's definitely something we're trying to make more familiar within the area.
Yeah, I think what you guys are doing. Okay, you have to have a story that would make us all laugh. So one of you.
Oh boy!
It would be a Derek story if there was
Guys,
one.
Keep it clean.
Of course. I'm trying to think which one to tell though. So
yeah, we need to hear at least one of them.
Well, I can jump in.
Let Derek tell one.
No, I want Chris to jump in. I like Chris to jump in. So
my very first ride I did for the riders was for Allen Force, and we started out in St. Charles, and we ended up back in Plainfield at Allen Force, and rode up there. And there was well over 100, 150 bikes, and we lined up, said our they did the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem, and went over safety and all that on the road, and said, okay, we're going to start pulling out of here. And I got on my bike would not start.
Yeah.
And I was just panicking and flipping out, and sweat was starting. And of course, I was the new guy, and, they all laughed at me and let it happen. And then finally a couple of them got off their bikes and push started me, and I got a standing ovation when the bike started. But yeah, that was
that was a great debut. I mean, you couldn't have come out any better than that.
So I think the punchline of that story is I now own that bike.
Did you buy that bike?
I did buy that bike. It's an awesome bike. It really is.
So, it wouldn't start. You still bought it.
It starts now, but there are times that I make silly mistakes, like leave a battery on or a headlight. Chris has always reminded me, hey, you gonna turn your lights off? And I always walk away from the bike. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Only well.
I'm the only girl rider of the group, and
I was going to ask you. You have to have a humdinger of a story.
Well, everybody always thinks that it's going to be me that's going to be late to the gig, that's going to forget things, that's going to hold everybody up. Oh no, I'm the first. It's this one, Derek. Nope, wait, pointing the wrong way.
Yeah. So at least I know how to wear my helmet. At least I know how to wear my helmet the right way. The first ride I went on with Karen. When I went out with Karen the first ride, she looks at her husband and says, my visor's missing. And he's like, you have your helmet on backwards. So yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. And we're a family. We really are. So we're a family here.
You know, I think that's the best part of being a part of this club for me. It's how close you guys are together and how you watch out for each other and take care of each other. I mean, it's just I noticed that from just being around you and your guys for a few times that I have been, and I thought this is really a great organization to belong to. So I know my brother-in-law, Michael Stefancic, he wants to join. I think he's doing it. He did the application. I think he did it online.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can do. Why don't you tell people that are interested if they're a serious rider and they want to ride for a great organization, great cause? You know, tell us how we go about find.
So
How would we know? How can we find out more about the riders?
So the best would be to go to your post, your local post, and now not all posts have a riding, have a riders division. It is up to the individual post and up to the commander and the legionnaires. So there are some, unfortunately, there's some posts that they just they don't allow the riders in. They don't want them there. We don't know if it's the whole biker thing.
Why? Why would that be? Chris,
Um,
that makes no sense.
It doesn't, but it is up to each individual post to allow it. And
You know, I've
can
always said the shortcoming of these American Legion and VFW posts is they're not attracting younger members.
Correct.
And that's why a lot of them are going to die out in the next 5 years, 10 years. You're going to start seeing a lot of them close down because they're not doing anything to initiate younger members to come in and join them because they have this old stigma from what I was told that just old people sitting around drinking a beer talking about war stories. Well, that's not what the American Legion is about.
It's about community and family.
You come in our Legion on Friday night, that's not what you're seeing, Mike.
No, I'm sure of that. And that's what I'm saying with the riders, it's a younger group of guys for the most part.
Yeah,
So
really.
why they wouldn't want anybody to help that club with new members, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, our post is very, supporting of riders. Our commander, he rides. He actually rides. So, they are very supportive, but there are some legions that aren't. And then there's also some legions that have riders, such as Morris, New Lenox, a bunch of them, and they don't do a lot. They just don't have a lot of support, or they don't have a lot of people that step up to do things. But yeah, we're lucky that we have a very,
your riders,
middle-aged,
very active
crowd.
Very active, you guys are in a lot of different charities, helping a lot of people raise money for a lot of great causes and stuff like that. So thank God for what you guys are doing to help the underprivileged or people that are in desperate need of help. I mean and you know what? Today there's a lot of great organizations out there that are doing a lot of good things, but we're not doing enough for our veterans. And by doing what you're doing really helps out a lot. It really does. So God bless
last
you guys.
year, a really good thing we did last year, there was 21 unclaimed veterans that were sitting in Cook County. The remains, cremated remains, they were unclaimed, and they were sitting there for over 10 years waiting to be put to rest.
Wow.
And somebody had called, I guess the person at the crematory had called, somebody had called them because they got wind of it and said, "Is there an escort?" And the people there were like, "What do you mean an escort?"
Right.
These veterans have to be escorted properly to Abraham Lincoln. So we got a group. There's probably, 6 of us?
More
7?
than that.
No, there was more than that.
There was more than that, yeah.
There was a lot of us.
And we escorted them all the way from, was that Homer Glen?
Homer Glen out to Abraham Lincoln National Cemetery.
And they had the each branch of service, they did a ceremony, and they did the proper rest for them.
Derek was a pallbearer for a Navy veteran as well.
Yes, I was from STG Chew. He was served during World War II, so it was an honor. It really was.
And I think these were all war veterans as well, from what I
Yeah.
understand. They were all war veterans that had passed away and had no family that claimed them.
I think what you're doing for the veterans when you escort them from the funeral home to the cemetery, I mean, that is for me. I've never done it, and I want to do that ride. To me, it would be such an honor to be able to escort that veteran to his final resting place. He
It
deserves
really is.
that much. He really does.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we're doing enough for our veterans. You know, fortunately, we've got some organizations out there like yours, what you're doing to help organizations like Chris. You were at an event that we had at K9, and you presented a service dog to a veteran,
That
and
was awesome.
that's a night that we make it all about the veteran. It's not about K9. It's not about future events. It's not about anything. It's about uh, giving a veteran a night that he should have had when he came home.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just for you to be there and to see this, and you can, Chris, you seen what it meant to these guys. They received that dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really emotional.
If you didn't have a tear in your eye that night, you're not human.
You're not human, and that's what I tell. Bring a box of Kleenex.
Yeah.
Because it's really it's a night all about the veterans, but we need to do more together to help our veterans and stuff. So I'm all about what you're doing. I'm all about riding for, you know, not only veterans but for good causes. You know,
It's again, it's also the community, Mike, because you know, we reached out to our first responders, our Plainfield Police Department. We wanted to purchase vests for our police officers, and
that's great. That's really great.
they when we finally heard back from them, they said, you know, we appreciate the generosity, but every Plainfield police officer is issued a vest when they come on duty with, or when they, you know, become on the department, and they're replaced when they need to be replaced to out of your tax dollars. But if you would like to donate something on a high end, the Plainfield Police Department only had one AED machine. And he said on the high end, the new AED machine, on the low end, anything from first aid kits, tourniquets, bandages. So we bought a brand new AED machine and had Plainfield Police Department come to our meeting, presented it with them, and
That's great.
Now it's like they can actually have one on the North Plainfield and South Plainfield, and in each car, because you know a police car can get to a home faster or a scene faster
Right.
than an ambulance can. And then I think we ended up donating them like about 60 tourniquets for the officers to keep in their cars, which let's hope they never have to use them.
See, it's because of that and what you're doing. If I don't get how why more people aren't jumping on board to do the same thing. So thank God we've got the writers out of Post 13 doing what they're doing because you know we can't do enough for our veterans. You know,
Again, you know, it's veterans, community, our first responders. Going back to the community, we've got a place in Plainfield here called Ready Set Ride. It's a therapeutic horse farm, non-for-profit therapeutic horse farm for children with Down syndrome or cerebral palsy, or and so we're going out on the 27th of April to Ready Set Ride Horse Farm in the morning, just to take the bikes out, and we're going to volunteer some time. We're going to shovel horse poop out of the stalls, and we're going to let the bikes sit out there and let the kids take pictures on them and let them look at them, see them and stuff. And so that's a great thing to come out to. That's going to be at, I believe, 9 or 10 in the morning. At 10 in the morning on the 27th. It's 5 minutes from our post. It's you'd never know the place was there if you never heard about it.
well, we have a writers meeting tomorrow night, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So if somebody's listening to the podcast and they really want to jump on board and get involved with the writers at 13, could they just show up there?
Well, we really couldn't just let them into the meeting because it is a members only meeting.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no. unfortunately, we had a couple riders go down on Sunday, so we're going to be talking about what we're going to be doing to them and stuff to help them out. So,
Sure.
So if anybody that keep our riders that were injured Sunday in your prayers, and thoughts and prayers. But to answer your question, yeah, the meeting's at 7. They are welcome to come early. They can grab anybody that's in. They could grab Dave, David, they could grab Karen, Derek will be there. Anybody that's got a gold patch on, that they're an officer. They can talk to them. We can get them an application, but they do have to be a member of the post as well. So they have to join the post, and then.
So you couldn't join just the Legion.
So
riders.
So we do have we do have supporters. So supporters would be maybe we have a rider and their spouse doesn't ride, they can join as a supporter. And then we do have you can join as a supporter, but that supporter has to be sponsored by somebody.
Right.
You just can't walk in and say, I want to be a supporter. So if you were to come in and say, well, I want to bring this guy with me, could introduce them. You would sponsor them, and they would have to do so much before they could come in and be a supporter.
So joining the post and the riders isn't like just you fill out an application and you're in. You have to prove that you're a veteran. You have to prove that you're a son of a veteran or a grandson of a veteran, or such as myself, you have to prove that you're a granddaughter or daughter or wife of a veteran. So that's something that has to be filled out. The directors or the commanders of each group have to look at that and just verify that all that information is accurate. So they do have to kind of fill out an application, and then usually it's a week or whatever they get verified.
Why don't you?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump in. Don't let that. If you don't check those boxes, don't let it deter you from showing up to the bike nights.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you don't have to be a member to come out and support. Come to the bike nights. Come to poker. Yeah.
And like I said, I was there last week for the bike night, and I'm going to tell you, I was like, whoa, I was taken back. I expected to see some bikes there, but I mean, they were lined up.
And something else just to reiterate what DJ and Chris and everybody was saying. We are open to the public, so our Legion is open to the public. Both bars and Friday nights, especially, we're open to the public. I know it's a misconception. A lot of people think, it's a members only place, we can't go to it, but we are open to the public. So not every American Legion, I believe, is, but we definitely are. So come on out and see us. We got karaoke on Friday nights. We got different events going on the whole month. So we got bingo, we got euchre tournaments, we got bunco tournaments. So there's all kinds of things going on all the time. We even have I think it's Monday mornings, we have a military movie thing going on Monday morning at 10 a.m. in the hall. So there's all kinds of events. You can go to plainfieldlegion.org and look at our events calendar. It'll tell you everything that's happening during the month of whatever month you're looking for to come in.
Derek, I was just going to ask you, give us the Facebook page so people can keep up with what we're doing.
I believe if somebody could help double check this for me, because I'm on this call here, but or on this video here, but it should be it should be Plainfield Marne Post 13 on Facebook. But I have to double check it.
Marne Post 13.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
No problem. And then our riders page is Plainfield American Legion Riders Marne Post 13.
Is that open to the public so people can follow what we're doing?
Yeah. We put all our events up there. We put our flyers up there when the events are coming, and we do them on both. We do both the American Legion and the Riders page.
Right.
So, so we're always putting the information out there.
Yeah. So
again, it's really.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
You're probably referring to our private page. You might have gotten invited to. We do have our own private page for just members.
Okay.
I do carry a camera on my bike, so. When you ride with us, you're going to expect it to be on camera, and you're going to show up on our private Facebook site.
That's okay.
So
that's okay. I'm sure nobody minds.
Yes.
Guys, everybody likes some of the footage we do get. So
yeah, Again, I can't thank you enough for helping get the word out about the posts and the writers, because it's really an amazing thing what you're doing. I got to give you guys all the kudos I can, because it's because of what you're doing. You're helping so many more people. So, and you're doing it unselfishly as well. So, God bless you guys for what you're doing. I'm thrilled beyond belief to be a part of it. I really am. I'm so looking forward to our first ride that I could be a part of. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for helping our veterans and just people in general that need the help. I mean, it all goes to a great cause. It really does.
Yeah, it does, and that's the thing. We don't, and we discuss every donation we give out in our meetings, and we say, we're approached with, and again, it's full transparency. It's not just because we're officers, we don't just say,
Right.
well, we're going to give it to this person and not that person. It's if you're in that meeting, you can vote against it or you can vote with it.
Right.
And so yeah, we're full transparency
Well, we're gonna do a unveiling, right, Chris? We're gonna do an unveiling of the plaque once
Yes.
we get that. And Chris, send me that text again.
Okay. I will.
I'm sure I have it.
I did ask you
But-
because I did say, "Oh, great, can we change it to this?" And you said, "Not a problem." So, but
Yeah, okay.
It was after your event, and or before your event, so your mind it was bad timing
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, but God bless you guys. And again, I'm proud to be a part of this group, and it's just going to be a good thing all the way around. Thank you for what you're doing for everyone. It really.
Well,
You have
thanks for what you do, and including us with your canine.
You guys were amazing. You really are. I mean, you come out, and that's just it. You go out, even if you're not donating, you're still out there supporting other groups, other organizations. And I'll tell you, that means a lot. It really does. It truly does. So thank you for doing that. So hopefully we'll kick this off soon with for my first ride with you guys and see how that works out. Yeah.
We're looking forward to seeing you, Mike. So
Absolutely.
don't miss it. Can't miss
No.
it, right?
No, I won't. You can count on that. Derek, David, Karen, Chris, God bless you guys for what you're doing. Thank you so much.
God bless you too, Mike.
You guys have a great night, okay?
All right,
All right,
Mike. Thanks
thanks.
for having us. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.